Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere, and even earn money. We like that. All in one place for totally free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your cellular telephone or your computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else, those other places that podcasts are heard.
Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free, zero catch. We've been using it ever since we started How Long Gone. And ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel like having the option of turning off the Q&As and the polls on the user dashboard has really helped boost my creativity and take it to another level. I highly recommend giving it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. We're playing that How Long Gone theme song over here, aren't we? Because it's time to pod.
Yeah, I was banging the How Long Gone theme song. It's kind of what I play to get pumped up in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Instrumental karaoke version. I don't want to get stepped on by Brooks or Dunn. It has to be all me.
You know, yeah, because you know those boots have pointed toes, and it'll go right up your little rear.
Yeah, pointed toe, Lucchese, right up your rear. And if that ain't country, you could kiss my ass.
Yeah, Jason's dipping right now after listening to the theme song too many times.
Yeah. I stopped dipping into my K bundle, and I started dipping into the Skoal.
Do not try to make Skoal a thing, please. It's Skoal.
Well, you know, I'm going to Italy next month, so I'm trying to work on my pronunciazione.
Don't boast about your little vacation when some of us are unfortunately tethered to the grind. You know, don't be boasting.
Tethered to the grind. All right, go get him.
So, Jason, I don't know if you heard about this breaking news in New York City today.
Yeah, are you talking about the Excelsior Pass? Are you talking about Governor's Ball?
I'm talking about Governor's balls. If you really think about it,
he's got some balls on him, doesn't he?
He's trying to get him tickled by some employees, and that's where we have a problem.
Yes. So he's the governor of your homeland. He's running the show over there. He's who you and Dazed and Miro and all the guys report to.
Yeah.
As kings of New York.
Yeah, we got to report to. Yeah, we got to report.
You would think that the king would be the person who is at the top of the food chain, but no. All of these self-proclaimed kings of New York. You know, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Miro, Dazed, Chris Black. One of the guys from Throwing Fits, and Evan Mock.
Evan Mock is the king of Hawaii, only surfs up, bro.
Okay. But I did just see this. I made the governor's ball joke because I was piggybacking off of one of your great classic Chris Black tweets again. So he got caught dipping his pen in the company ink, running a toxic environment and office space to the surprise of no New Yorker, I'm assuming.
No, to the surprise of no one. But I mean, this has been going on for a while. But the crazy part,
couldn't get any hard evidence on him. Now they got him pinned like a donkey's tail.
The tough part is that he was, like I said,
because he's a real ass.
Yeah, he was supposed to kind of bring DaBaby out on the stage, at Governor's Ball as, kind of like a meshing of worlds. DaBaby being from North Carolina, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not really from the streets, so he taps in with public servants when he comes to the city. He doesn't tap in, in Harlem.
No.
So unfortunately, now they're gonna have to replace Governor Cuomo and DaBaby on the bill, which is those are little baby shoes are small to fill, but
you do get a little bit of a cut on the final retail sticker price when you are shopping in the kids section of the Foot Locker, but still,
DaBaby is at Foot Locker Kids getting 10 white Air Forces for the price of one adult pair. Every back to school season, he's cashing in.
DaBaby
on his small
loves
stature.
the August, as we approach August, because it culminates the beginning of back to school season. He no longer has to kind of lay quiet during the dads and grads retail sector, and he can finally start to block all of his JanSports, 30% off easy, so he's stoked.
Dads and grads. I think maybe now that DaBaby can no longer perform music live, maybe he should get into independent cinema, and follow some of some of the other rappers that have made great films like Jay-Z and Cameron, and maybe he should do like a movie where he, an adult man, is actually in elementary school because of his size.
So it's going to be like if Hype Williams directed an Adam Sandler film is kind of where you're going.
Exactly. Damn, that's a great.
Yeah, and they say Ion Pack is a film podcast. Clearly, they're not doing enough work compared to us.
They ain't listening to How Long Gone. We're for the deep film heads, guys who only watch on 16 millimeter, or they have a creepy projector.
Yeah.
Only two kind of guys we're fucking with here on How Long Gone.
We have that can-do attitude and spirit, spelled CANNES, of course.
Oh, damn. That is true. But so it's been a big day for news in New York, and it just makes me even happier to be here in LA where the sun is shining and
our governor is great.
Well, look, only 48% of people want him to be impeached. So it's not 50.
Right. Call me when we're at a 50-50, and then we can start getting some paperwork filed.
Yeah, when we're at a 50-50, we can talk. But Gavin Newsom, if you are listening, would love to have you come on the pod anytime. Let me know. I think you're,
Gotta hear both sides.
Yeah, our listeners are your constituents, and we allow. Alex Jones did turn down an invitation, so hopefully you don't follow in his footsteps. You know what I mean? You want to get to these people. It's important.
And I think he'll make the right choice.
He's really known to make the right choices. That's kind of why he's in the position.
So what's up? So DaBaby is just he's not having a good time right now. He's learning real fast and quick.
DaBaby's rant was it was so odd and angry. It doesn't really make sense. Like it really comes off. I just don't understand. Like AIDS. Like I don't understand the pointedness of that unless he somehow that has touched his life in some way.
To have such strong
venom
in his veins for the HIV virus and the AIDS virus. It's just, it has the energy of when, like the anti-gay, pro-life, like pastor somewhere in Kentucky or something like that. They catch him with his gay lover or whatever. Like,
yeah.
It's just like when you're talking like that, like the only people that talk like that, like even people who like, oh, my mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, they were all taken by the AIDS virus. Like, no, those people don't even say shit like that.
It's really strange. And it was really strange. And yeah, he is unfortunately, they coming for his wallet, dog. You know what I mean? So
yeah, what's in your wallet, DaBaby?
Yeah, it ain't, you ain't got shit there. I mean, it's been a weird, and then there was that video of 42 Doug kissing and licking his child that people went crazy on. It's been a tough week in the hip hop.
Chris, you never fucked around and give your own child a hickey?
No, I mean, I don't
let all the kids at school know what time it is.
Yo, stay away from this. My bitch.
This
you know what I'm saying?
My
Stay away.
Shit right there. You never do that? Yeah,
No, never.
Like, because I used to hear all these old rap lyrics from Tupac and all these other guys, and it'd be like, I finally got a call from a girl, or I'm trying to dig out.
Yeah,
I would hear like getting dug out as like a phrase.
Yes.
I didn't know that that's what it meant. I didn't know that getting dug out meant to give a 3-year-old a hickey. I thought it was more of like a sex thing, but it's even more sinister than that. And 42 Doug, if you want to come on the show and defend your actions.
42 Doug, actually, if it doesn't go well for 42 Doug, he might be, since he's 4'8", he might be co-starring in the film with DaBaby directed by Hype Williams. So it's,
another Hype and Sandler flick. It's going to be Rob Schneider. It's going to be Rob Schneider, a hologram of DMX, David Spade, and academics, and they all, and Chris Rock is there, of course, because he can't turn down a check, and they're all going for it. It's going to be box office smash. It's not going to do great out the gate, but on the back end,
no, that's going to be it. No, they're going to play that on TV till we die. That's going to be more of a license deal to the networks. But I'm looking forward to that. What's Adam Sandler's production company called? Happy Monday?
No. Happy. I forgot. Happy Madison. Sorry,
Yeah.
Happy Madison.
Happy Madison Productions. Don't steal this. We'll happy to work with you. We'll take a few
Happy
points.
Mondays. Oh, we're just talking about the Happy Mondays there, Emma. Okay, so we have a lot more to cover. I have some more convos to have, some more theories to dive deeper into, but we need to give our guest Emma a call today. Give her a zoom across the pond. You want to do that now, Chris?
Yeah, we're crossing over to the big city of fucking swinging London to talk to Emma Hope Allwood today.
Big Dick London, as they have said over the years.
Big Dick London. Emma is a writer and editor. You might know her from her work at Dazed, but she's done a lot of other stuff, and she also has a great newsletter called Off Brand. So we'll let her tell her story, and we'll also let her weigh in on the DaBaby controversy, which is what people are waiting for.
All right, let us do that. What a great place to start. So Emma, how are you? How are things over there?
Had the heating on yesterday. It's kind of miserable, but yeah, that's London for you, I guess.
You said you had the heater on yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks.
That's crazy. I mean, I remember being in London once in the summer and it being like rainy and cold, and I was really thrilled.
Yeah. I mean, it does get hot, and it has been hot, but like the last few weeks have just been miserable, and I'm definitely someone whose like state of mind is heavily influenced by the weather. So
oh yeah, well, you're talking to a couple weather junkies.
Yeah, we're weather heads over here, so come on over to LA. We'll rent you a yellow Mustang and we can take it down the PCH and your mental will be set right.
Or maybe you could just chuck on down to Mykonos.
Don't the Brits love Spain? Is that not on your list this summer?
Yeah, we do. We do love Spain, like as a culture. I haven't made any plans. I only just got my second vax, and the like travel rules seem to be changing faster than I can keep up with. So I haven't got any flights booked, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, more importantly, do you have your summer looks planned? If you were to take a holiday, do you have the clothing to kind of?
Is there enough credit on your Jacquemus gift card to get sorted out this summer season?
No, but the way I was literally this week, like almost, I came so close to buying a Jacquemus like backless halter top, and then I was like,
"Let's go."
I was like, "Wait, what? Stop yourself right now."
Well, nobody needs it, but sometimes you want it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so bad that it becomes a need. So Emma, are you finding some more constructive ways to deal with your anxiety and depression other than buying Jacquemus online?
Yeah, I'm medication.
Got it.
That helps.
Okay. Indica, sativa. What are we working with?
Prescriptions.
Okay.
And I'm trying meditation also for like the first time at like the therapist's advice, which I'm not very good at, but I guess it's all about practice. I don't know. Do you guys meditate? Have you done any of that like mindfulness stuff?
I've tried, and I'm, as you can imagine, I run a little hot. You know, it's hard for me to turn off the lights mentally.
Chris will only do a meditation if there's a brand activation attached to it.
Yeah, if there's gear involved, then maybe. But no, Jason.
If there's a free pair of sunglasses and a windbreaker on the other end of that Zen moment, then he'll do it. But yeah, I've done a lot of meditation, and I try to practice my mental mindfulness as much as I can. But Chris and I, our main form of that would probably be exercise, more Chris than I. But yeah, it's tough. You have to, just like doing therapy, you can just kind of be feeling around in the dark for a long time until you have a breakthrough. And I think the same thing happens with meditation, where if you just do it long enough, you wiggle around, you figure out, do I lay down? Do I sit down? Is this the chair I do it in? Like the time of the day, whatever it is. And then once you have a moment where it really clicks, then you try to just duplicate that as much as you can. And
yeah, I guess I haven't found like a routine. So
routine is king.
All joking aside, I did do like a meditation and running retreat with District Vision. I learned a lot about meditation and how it should work. And that unfortunately did not help me in my practice, but it was nice to understand kind of, it's one of those things where somebody who's good at it tells you there's no wrong or right way to do it. It does actually feel good. It does feel good to hear that. But are you using an application on your phone, or how are you trying to do this?
Yeah, I was using the Headspace app. I guess you guys have it in the States.
Oh, We invented Headspace, babe. Come on, slow down.
Don't try to shade the United States on this podcast. It's not going to go well for you.
I feel like over in England, meditation is still, sort of in a gray area, legally speaking.
Yeah, I thought that was three pints is actually what you guys call it.
Yeah, just rub some malt vinegar on it and keep it going, right?
Exactly.
So I've been trying to use the Headspace app. It's fine. And then also I just started this new type of therapy, and the therapist is also we've done meditation together. So the last time he actually recorded me a little meditation session. So I need to do that this week and see how I go on.
What is this new kind of therapy you're delving into?
It's called compassion focused therapy, which I'd never heard of, but I was just I've tried everything. I'll just try something else.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Sounds bad, but yeah, let's do it.
Sure. And so, it's about compassion and trying to teach for people who are very, I think sometimes when you are very work focused or very focused on achievements or whatever, you can have a lot of drive as a person, but then also you might have an imbalance of not being super compassionate towards yourself. So it's kind of about writing that balance. Yeah.
Speaking of writing, Chris, I hope you're writing this down, because if I were your therapist, this is I'm
a little hard on myself, but I'm not a monster. My issues are more to do with food, I think, than being hard on myself for being driven. I do gain a lot of personal what would you call it? I guess I get a lot from work. I get more from work than most people. You know what I mean? Do you suffer from that same affliction? Emma, does that satisfy you in a way that maybe it shouldn't?
Not to.
It's something I had to think about a lot recently, because in terms of my backstory, I worked at Dazed from literally when I was I just came out of uni, finished it, and I started interning there, and then I started working there, and that went on for the next 6 years. So I kind of realized oh my God, it's been my entire adult life, working in this one place. And I think that especially when you're in the fashion industry, and my role was very fashion-y, it's so easy to just let that become every aspect of you as a person. It's your social circle. It's how you, when you're having fun, it's all your travel is related to your job. So I think it's easy for it to become 99% of who you are, So I think that over the pandy and stuff, I've been trying to kind of rewrite the balance of it.
Okay, so what are some other, so outside of the fashion world that has enveloped your existence for the last number of years, what are you expanding into?
Honestly, it's half expanding and it's half regressing.
Okay. The evolution and the devolution.
Yeah.
Regressing is more Jason's bag, so that makes sense, kind of.
Well, I'm kind of the same way in some ways. Anytime you have a very specific career path, for me it was music and DJing and all that stuff. So a lot of the stuff you just said, a lot of similarities, travel was all based around that, and a lot of your friends and social activities, and the way you live your life, your sleep schedule.
Yeah.
You're set to a clock of festivals happening around the world, or fashion shows happening around the world for you. So it can be very liberating to finally let go of that, but it can also be a little jarring because it's all you know.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's because I did menswear and women's wear.
Okay, go off.
Just don't stun on us. I've seen. Look, I follow you on Instagram. We're friends in real life. I've seen all your little jet setting bullshit. Okay, I've seen you. I've seen Hermes flying you out. I've seen Samsung taking you to China. You know what I mean? I'm not blind.
Whereas I don't really see men or women in clothing, and I kind of take more of a non-binary approach to fashion. But I don't know how you guys do it across the pond.
This year was the first time I was oh my God, I don't have to dictate my year based on fashion shows, and that was for the first time in 6 years, and that was kind of weird, but also great.
I'm looking forward to the new paths or activities that begin to encompass your life. I don't know if you'll get around to the garden more often, something like that. What do you think? I mean, I'm not that old.
Lettuce today that was grown in the garden, so yeah.
Okay.
But since you're now, freelancing and probably doing a more diverse range of things on a daily basis, do you feel like your mind is getting exercised in a different way? It's a little more fulfilling, or is it just different?
Yeah, I think that was something that I realized as well, is that like I need to be stimulated by new things quite regularly. Like I can't do the same thing for too long. So it's been good. Like I really enjoyed like working for myself in that sense, where I can just like work on a project for a few weeks and then bounce.
Yes.
Go on to the next thing.
Yeah, try doing a podcast 3 times a week with this guy.
I mean,
you know what
guys,
I mean?
the commitment level, it's like you must feel like you're married.
It feels like jail for me. Jason's blessed. I mean, it's amazing for him. He's got the hottest chick in the game wearing his chain.
Yeah, I'm so
crazy.
lucky to be able to podcast with Chris Black 3 days a week. I'm the envy of 4 guys in the middle of America.
As a person who's always, and Jason too, for the most part, it's like the ability to jump around is the spice of life for me. Because as a person who's never really had a job before, the only thing about a proper job that appeals to me, based on the experiences that I've had in those worlds, is the team aspect and like having people to do stuff for you. You know what I mean? Like, or
I don't know if that seems a little contradictory. The team aspect followed immediately by having people be able to do stuff for you seems a little.
No. I don't mean like an assistant way. I'm just mean like there are people that are paid by someone else besides me to do jobs that help the greater good.
This is my job. This is your job.
Yeah. And it all works to the greater good. Whereas, if it stands now, if I need something, I am like having to find that person and pay that person. They don't sit next to me, or they're not like there's a level before a hurdle before that, I guess is what I mean.
Yeah.
A frightening freedom.
I mean, I guess I've been like self-employed for, it's not a year yet, but I'm like, oh my God, full-time work is a con. Like, how do people do this? How did I do this for so long? I don't know. I mean, maybe there'll be a time when I like want to go back to that, like being in an office or something. But for now, I'm just like, I don't have to set an alarm in the morning. I just like wake up when I'm wanting.
Welcome to the good life, baby. It's nice. It's nice out here.
What a concept. I mean, it's all fun and games until you get in a motorcycle accident or something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, well, actually you have healthcare over there. So never mind. Carry on then. That's the only true advantage of not working freelance here.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Well, don't forget the free Kind bars at the in the kitchen, and the cupcakes on Fridays.
Depending on how much kombucha you drink, you can make it worth your while.
Was the UK swept up in the snack thing at the office? Was Dazed just stocked with snacks and weird drinks, or were you left to fend for yourself at the local Pret?
Not snacks, like more alcohol, like
ketamine, not crisps.
No cat, no.
Okay. More on that later.
I don't know. I feel like that's a startup thing.
It is. And you guys don't have any startups over there pretty much, right?
We have a startup here, so it's fine.
Yeah, we invented everything in the modern world. We call those startups, Jason. I don't, we're kind of known for that. The English language, you may have heard of it.
Yeah.
I guess that does track for you guys to have more alcohol than food. That's kind of like a British,
Yeah, that is our culture.
Obviously it's been a while, but what's your nightlife intake normally? Because I'm you guys are quite known for that, and Jason comes from an EDM background. So what was were you hitting the club hard as an adult, or was that more of your younger days?
My impression is that like Brits, we tend to like start drinking and going out younger. So we'd be like at school and going to clubs and then like going to school the next day. And then obviously like the uni experience, like we can drink here when we're 18, and I like did some time abroad in the US, and I was like 20, but I couldn't drink, having been drinking in the UK for like a couple of years, so that was super weird.
So she could go to the Dumbo house every night.
Where did you live on your time abroad? I hope it was Middle America.
It was UNC Chapel Hill.
Whoa, cool.
What the fuck? Damn, what reality show is this? They dropped your little ass over there. You probably had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, and I was like, this is like, I don't know, real Tumblr times as well. So I was wearing like full American apparel. I was wearing like dark MAC lipstick. I'm on now, but I was like a brunette then. And like, obviously everyone was like, who, like, who is this? Everyone.
So what year range was this?
I guess it would have been like 2012, 13.
Okay.
What a great time.
The good days.
So Chapel Hill, so that's the Tar Heels, that's right?
Yeah, did you learn a lot about American football?
No. No, but I learned a lot about like, it was very interesting from a fashion perspective, like the campus culture. You know, people just wore like their sorority t-shirts, a pair of like Nike shorts, and some running shoes.
Sounds hot. That's literally how I dress now. Hold on, that you just read me like a damn issue of ID.
Well, I was going to say, but also then with false eyelashes. So I don't know if that applies to you, Chris. But
don't come for my beauty routine. You don't know what I do over here. These eyelashes are real, thank you, but my camera's off for other reasons.
So you got to see a glimpse of true just shit college.
Yeah.
Were you inspired by this, or were you repulsed by it?
No, repulsed is a mean word, but I guess
not for me, love, is what you may have said.
Yeah,
okay.
It was not for me.
You just living your Dawson's Creek fantasy. I love this for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find some Southern romance while you're down there? Some Southern charm?
Oh no, I did not. Unfortunately, I think I was in an LDR with a guy in London.
Oh, what shit timing!
You missed your chance to really. I could see you settling down with a nice big porch down there in the south. You know, a couple of little ones running around.
I know.
You lost your one chance to shag a guy named Bryce.
Right.
Oh man, I've heard a similar story. Like a friend of mine that's British did his time abroad, and it was in like Champaign, Illinois. And I think it was such a. He was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I think that there's obviously it's not like New York or LA, but I don't think you have an understanding of how extreme it's going to be.
Yeah, but I feel like I understand America a lot better than had I not had that experience, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's the thing. That's real America.
The college experience in the US was so different. Like, you know, I went to uni in London, so you're literally living in the city, like going to classes in the middle of the city, and then that whole kind of campus thing was like a real culture shock.
And then Chapel Hill, I mean, that's like nice. Like that's a nice, expensive like college. You know what I mean? Like that's not. It's about as traditional as you can get, especially.
It's our Oxford, is what he's saying.
I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. I don't even think they would go that far.
I was perusing your social media just a wee bit. I've noticed that you have an affinity for the television show Love Island.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's on in 40 minutes.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wrap this up, guys.
Are you guys?
And so, any other questions, or are we about good? Okay, so I know a lot of people who have enjoyed the show. I've never watched it, and a lot of people whose intelligence level I trust and respect also seem to watch it, yourself included. So can you? I don't know if Chris has probably seen an episode or two of it, right?
I've actually never watched it. I don't know why. It just seems like a bridge. It seems like Drag Race. It's similar to me, where it's like I feel like I missed the boat and it's too far gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my question to you, Emma, knowing Chris and I now for the last 20 minutes, a couple of old geezers, sell us on it. How are we going to get into Love Island? What's your pitch?
Okay, my pitch. My pitch is
this is a Shark Tank now.
If you want to learn about like the part of Britain that is the equivalent in some ways to what I saw of America, North Carolina, then you have to watch Love Island.
Okay.
Very different kind of culture-wise, but it will give you like a lens, and I'm talking about the UK version obviously, but it will give you like a lens into like a kind of Middle England that I don't think that ordinarily you might consume through media otherwise.
Mm-hmm. And is this a part of Middle England that is worth exploring because it's good, or more so how you'd pull over for an automobile accident on the side of the road?
I mean, listen, I like love reality TV, and I watch a lot of it because I think it like tells us so much about culture. So I'm not gonna say that it's like, you know, watching some amazing drama series, but it's so funny. And for me, I honestly this might sound rude, but like I watch it kind of with like a bemused fascination, because it's like men that I would never kind of encounter, women who I would also never really, you know, be friends with. Just, they all have like the craziest bodies. They're all like cracking on with each other. They have like the best like language, where they're all like, can I pull you for a chat? Or like, I'm moving mad. moving mad has been like the phrase of this.
I'm sorry, I'm moving mad.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, moving mad.
Like when you're evicted from your flat. Is that what it's like? Could you explain that, please?
Moving mad is in like, how do I put this? Like, I'm gonna like really crack on with someone. Like, I'm gonna put a lot of effort into it.
Okay, so like you're going to try really hard to have a cracking, bang-on conversation?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, I feel like that's what we do on this podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like, Emma, you are going to start a podcast called Moving Mad.
Maybe I should, yeah.
Great idea for you.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the good part about, British culture is that you guys have just been a master of slang, whereas, American slang is not so... I don't know. It's just not as sexy and fun or anything like that. But for some reason, it could just be us biased because we are Anglophiles in that way. But we just lap it up like a little kitten.
Well, Love Island is like a great place for slang. And it's also just like a great place for drama. Like they have the premise of the show basically is that like you're in there to find a relationship and to
you fuck the island
and to couple and to with someone. So what happens is like all these kind of these men and women, obviously it's like very straight, all couple up with each other, and then they might be in these like nice little relationships, and then halfway through the season they do this thing called Casa Amor, which is where they like take the men and put them in a new building with like new hot girls and see how many of them are going to cheat on their partners.
Holy shit. I actually didn't realize how sinister the plot was.
And then what happens is like all the guys, so this time all the guys in Casa Amor were like, we're on a lad's holiday, like let's get to know these new girls basically. And then so they were all like snogging the new girls, and then the producers sent a postcard to their original girlfriends with like pictures of them kissing.
Shit.
Oh, Love Island. So I mean, so they're recreating actual scenarios that happen of like, when you're a hot girl and you're dating a hot guy in London, you have to deal with inevitably they're going to take a lad's weekend or a hen's getaway. And someone is going to cheat on you.
Yeah, and the girls had new guys added to their house as well, but they were all being loyal until they saw the postcard, and then they were like, obviously they were livid and
they were fired up and ready to start sucking. A tale as old as time, Emma.
Yeah, the guys can decide whether they want to bring a new girlfriend, basically, back from Casa Amor. And then the girls decide if they want to couple up with a new boy, basically. So it's like, it's all very, it's quite evil.
The setup is not conducive to a relationship thriving, but it is conducive to pure entertainment on television.
Yeah.
But this is on, what is this on? It's on network TV, correct? It's on like, it's on like BBC or ITV or something?
Yeah, it's on ITV too, and it's a commitment as well because it's on every night apart from
it's on every night.
Saturday.
Shit.
So much like the cadence of our own podcast, they have learned, you do it long enough over and over again and you get them hooked on the island. So, a lot of people will watch reality television here, of course for, kind of hate watching or with like the sinister spirit of like, I'm watching this to make myself feel better about myself because like, at least I'm not them. Is that something that you experience when you watch shows like this? Or is it, I'm assuming it's not aspirational. Like I wish I was snogging that gentleman.
I mean, I don't find it aspirational, although to be honest, like it has had a weird effect of making me want to buy loads of like sexy bodycon dresses.
We're very pro bodycon on this podcast. We talked about
this is a pro bodycon pod.
We talked about it recently, Jason. Remember that? We talked about bodycon getting me one.
I feel like not a day goes by where I don't mention the bodycon and the wonderful dresses that those guys make.
So it is influencing your purchase. You find yourself, looking
you're adding to cart, but are you completing the purchase on Forever 21?
No, I haven't gone that far. But I think I just into some kind of like Love Island induced fugue state where I'm like, maybe I should get like a strappy, halter, sexy, whatever. But no, I'm definitely not watching it to like, I don't know, like laugh at these people. Like I'm so invested. Like there's one couple who like, I honestly like they were gonna, after the postcard, they were like breaking up and I was like, honestly, like I had like a nightmare about them breaking up because I think they're like the perfect couple. Yeah, and you get so invested. I mean, not in everyone, obviously, but it's not it's not like, haha, look at these stupid people. I mean,
Right. You're seeing some real, actual emotion going on, and you feel bad for them if somebody can't keep his bell end in his trousers. He had the perfect girl, and he threw it away, didn't he?
Yeah.
For one night in Amore.
I was watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta last night, and I'm watching it with pure love. This is not this is a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
Because you're a TikTok head. You're a TikTok head too, Emma.
Oh man, it's really bad. I think I've been like, I need to delete the app because it's definitely like every day without fail. I think it's my most used app.
But you get to work so hard all day, doing different freelance work here and there, and then come 8 o'clock at night, you get to look at the TikTok on your phone and look at Love Island on the big phone, and that's when mommy gets to cash it all in and have her you time, right? I
wish I had the self-control to be like, oh, I'm just going to look at fun stuff on my phone from 8 p.m. But unfortunately, that is not the way my brain works.
No one's brain.
How does it work when you get into your little content consumption cocoon?
I will pick up my phone without even realizing it. Like, it's bad. Like, I think that I need to go on some kind of, I need to I don't know, put my phone in a box at some time, or I just pick it up and I spend 20 minutes laughing at TikToks or scrolling on Depop, and then I'm like, I've got a deadline. I'm supposed to be doing this thing. So
don't worry. We all do it. I love spending time. I try to break my own record every week with more screen time. So I'm a little different than most of you people trying to limit your screen time. Mm-hmm. What else are you going to do? What else is there in life?
He sees a burning building, he runs inside of it.
Emma, I've never used Depop. So what's because it seems a little young for me.
Vintage t-shirt suppliers. You've got your connects. I don't know if you need the Depop for that.
No, but it feels like something. You know what it is? I think it's I can use Etsy and eBay and shit on my computer, but Depop feels like an app because I mean that's what it is. But it's not. You can't surf the web, can you? It does. It's better on the phone. It's optimized for the phone.
I'm like, is that a bad thing? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, some of us old heads.
What they call geriatric millennials.
Don't use that phrase on this podcast. I consider myself to be Gen X, and sorry, I don't book flights on my phone. I do things the right way through my travel agent, who I call,
or I send us a brief letter in the post.
What are you copying on Depop? Designer? Are you copying designer?
To be honest, not really. I'm trying to think, what was the last thing I bought on Depop? I bought a hat on Depop recently, little.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why that's funny. I bought a little hat on Depop.
Did it feel good buying that little hat on Depop?
I try and buy stuff secondhand as much as possible. I don't really buy that much new stuff, which is why me buying or thinking about buying a Jacquemus halter crop top is quite out of character. But
they got Jack on Depop and Real, don't they? You can get a secondhand halter.
Yeah, I mean not, but this is new season, so
got it. Got it.
Emma. The problem is Emma's not fully decoupled from her fashion lifestyle because she still wants new season product.
We simply cannot do last season.
Yeah, it's hard, being this fashionista.
I could only imagine.
I love current season, so I kind of know what you're dealing with. Jason's more of a take what we can get guy. He's he goes to the free table at Condé Nast to get his clothes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Is there anything from 2019 that you have maybe laying around? Is kind of where I go from.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you think the future? You work in strategizing and consulting and things like that in the fashion world. What do you think is next as we're, moving on into the metaverse a little bit?
Yeah.
And, the digital shopping experience, the line being blurred from IRL and URL. I'm sorry, I'm just saying a bunch of bullshit words. But where do you think you see it going next as you find, the addiction of scrolling Depop while you're watching Love Island? What's the next step once we get sick of that?
One interesting thing when it comes to the metaverse would be how can you try on clothes from home, right? I'm on at this Jacquemus top and I'm trying to work out, okay, should I get the extra small? What's that what's the size? If I could just look in my mirror and use my phone and look through the camera and have the top on me and then put it with some jeans or whatever and see how I would style it at home and which size I should get. I feel that technology can't be that far away.
Yeah, similar to the Clueless film
Yeah.
where she has the computer in her closet. You familiar with that scene?
Yeah.
You know, a more modernized version of that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Is that a future that you want, though? That's not the future I want.
Not necessarily, but I think that like logically it probably is. I mean, like obviously brands are like super keen to do stuff in the metaverse and do, you know, like she did the Roblox thing and there's been various Fortnite activations and stuff like that. So I think like you're gonna see that stuff where it's like, okay, I've like this luxury brand has designed some like digital shoes that like children can buy for their avatars, or you're gonna see stuff that's gonna be like useful, like I can try on something from Essence at home virtually.
So like everything, there'll be some practical applications for it, and then just some bullshit avatar skins and stuff like that.
Yeah,
for people who are unable to have sex with other people in the real world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't try on clothes. I just don't, unless it's like a suit. I'm good. I'm an XL. You know, I know what size I wear. I feel confident buying my clothing without trying it on.
Spoken like a true cis white male. Am I right, Emma? The privilege continues.
Yeah, my privilege is not trying on shoes because I know I wear a size 12. I don't understand people who try on every pair of shoes. Like if you're buying sneakers, you wear like. Does a half size or half sizes are fake?
No.
Well, Chris, also sometimes, you know, every shoe manufacturer has a little bit of a different fit and feel. So even if it is like the perfect size for you, you might not just like, you like the toe box has a weird fit for that style. And
no, of course.
You don't like walking around in them, so you don't end up buying them. That's practical.
I've never bought a size. Once I, you know, my body stopped growing and I was a size 12, I've never bought a shoe that is not a size 12.
Sure.
That's just not, it's crazy to me. Like what, you know, like a half size?
But this, I mean,
I'm
this might be fake news, so I don't know if this is 100% true. But what I have heard is that like a lot of brands, like more kind of like, you know, like fast fashion or like mall retailers, they now realize that like teenagers, especially teenage girls, like, you know, a 12-year-old previously, like when I was 12, I was like wearing still like kids kind of clothes, you know, but now like there is like preteen basically doesn't exist as a category anymore. So people go from being like 11 to just wearing like full adult clothes. So apparently like the sizing in those kind of stores, like the smallest sizes are now literally designed for like preteens. So all the sizes have like shifted up. So whereas I might have been an extra small, now the extra small is literally for a child and I'm a small or whatever.
And what does that do for your mental, you know? All the headspace in the world.
I ain't gonna fix that. Yeah.
Yeah, we call that the Dua Lipa effect. It's where you get a full-grown woman wearing clothes for 11-year-olds. And what that does to the psyche of you people over there, it must be tough.
Sometimes I do look at celebrities wearing clothes and I'm like, I don't understand what this garment is. And that definitely happens with Dua, where I'm like, what is that, a shirt or is that a piece of cloth that is just kind of wrapped artistically around your torso? Like, I don't really, what happened to shirts?
If we were wondering that if Chris was a geriatric millennial, I think that question really answered it.
Like Dua Lipa is so hot. She can honestly do anything she wants. In my book.
Agreed.
Wow, are you Dua Hive?
Yeah, I interviewed her once actually.
Tell me everything.
Was there a vibe? Be honest.
Walk me through the smell.
Yeah, I don't remember the smell, but I can't let you know on that. But I was just fair. This person is like, I think my impression was like, this person is like made to be famous and like, you know that aura that you get with some people, and I'm like, that's amazing. Like, I know that I'd be like a terrible fucking famous person. I know that I'm like way too neurotic for that, you know. I'd be like a Kristen Stewart famous person if I was going to be famous, I like to think.
Yeah, because there are no neurotic celebrities at all, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, that's rare.
Yeah, but like the neuroticism manifests in like different ways. Like for some people it manifests in like wanting to be famous, and I think that I know that would be a terrible thing.
Who else have you interviewed that gave you that glow, that feeling of being around someone greater than you?
I guess Billie Eilish.
Damn, Big Billie gave you that? And even in her trash bag clothes?
Well, I mean, I guess maybe not that sense of like I am like born to be a celebrity, But that sense of kind of like, I don't know, just like, I think sometimes when you're interviewing people, you have that feeling of like, you get to look inside that kind of their universe, you know, for a bit and see what that's like, you know.
She doesn't do much for me. I just think that I think she's interesting as a celebrity, and I think the music like obviously she has hits, you know, there's no question, but I think she needs to get away from Phineas. I think there needs to be like new producers in the mix because it's all starting to feel samey to me, which is my only issue.
We can't leave Finn.
No, I mean, look, Finn's going to be good on his own. I'm just saying, I think that, it's just one of those things. Like, I have a whole theory where I think Olivia Rodrigo ate Billie's lunch.
So it's funny to see like her referencing like Jennifer's body in her music video and stuff like that, which again, it's like this like culturally, this is so recent, but you kind of forget that there's a whole generation for whom like that is subculture in a way. Like on TikTok, there's like people talking about like 2014 Tumblr as if it was like
the 60s,
like 90s grunge, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, so does that mean that is it just moving faster?
Yeah.
Like nostalgia sets in quicker because everything moves faster?
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that trend cycles are just like shrinking faster and faster because of the internet and because of how easy it is for stuff to be so kind of like overhyped and like over proliferated that we just get like sick of seeing something within like 2 weeks instead of that, you know, before you would have that kind of, there was much more of a slow burn with like trends and culture in general. And now you're just kind of getting so exposed to stuff. And even if like, you know, that can happen in your own like, you know, internet echo chamber, like your explore page can kind of do that and like show you something you just get so sick of within like 5 minutes because to you it's everywhere and it might not actually be everywhere in the world, but you're like, oh,
you know, it's like if I watch 3 tennis videos on Instagram, my explore page is only tennis videos. You know, I don't understand why there's not more depth.
My explore page is only tennis too. That's crazy. Let's move on.
That's why Instagram's algorithm I'm like fascinated by because it's so bad. Like in comparison to TikTok's, which like, you know, I think that ByteDance, the company behind TikTok, is like primarily like an artificial intelligence company that's trying to learn our behaviors.
Yeah.
And obviously it's like really good at it because TikTok somehow knows like everything about me and Instagram's like, do you want to watch this video of some like horrible, I don't know, fake eyelash extensions? And I'm like, really no, but thanks, you know.
Well, I don't use TikTok. I've seen it, of course, but I don't have the app on my phone. So the algorithm knows you much better, you're saying?
Oh my God. Yeah. Literally. So much better. It knows me like better probably than like people in my life.
And is this in like a cool, fascinating, and interesting way, or is this in a way that makes you feel violated, or like it's showing you the dark corners of your mind that you're trying to keep hidden away, perhaps?
I mean, I think it's both. Like, I find it both terrifying and like very entertaining because it's like all this content has been personally curated for me. The way the app works basically is by responding to like what you're engaging with, and engaging could be just like watching something, right? So if you watch something instead of swiping past it, then, you know, I think the app registers like, okay, you're interested in this, so I'll give you like something else that's kind of like this, or the other people who like this also like. So I think that it can also like get people in the same way with the explore page. You can probably get lost a bit in these like feedback loops of it being like, oh, okay, you want to see this? Okay, you're going to see this, you know? And that's probably not great if, you know, we're talking about depression or misinformation,
Jason,
you know?
Luckily for Jason, it's just Asian page 3 girls, if you know what I'm saying, Emma. So he's kind of...
It's just what?
Oh, don't worry about
I genuinely didn't hear
that.
that. I'm not sure I wanted to hear it.
No, it was just a classic TJ roast.
We all have our feedback loops, we'll call them, Chris. Okay.
That's true. We do all have our feedback loops, but I don't. But everyone that I talk to about TikTok is literally like the algorithm is too powerful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm scared of what they're going to do with all this information. I don't know.
Well, but is there something in between then? Because we're saying that Instagram's is not great, really, and we're saying that the TikTok is too powerful. Like, is there a medium level where we would be happy and it would feel better?
I think YouTube is the medium. I watch a lot of YouTube as well.
So what do you watch? You watching a little Jamie Oliver? What's going on YouTube? Chris, he's like the Alison Roman of London, just to let you know, Chris.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because the name
I don't think
sounded
he's been
British.
cancelled, but yeah.
Soft canceled.
I thought he was the bass player in Travis, but I just Wikipedia'd it.
Look,
so.
anyone who's done that much for the school children, you can't trust them.
Wow, that is so specific, and like that's like very British culture right there. Jamie Oliver like coming in and like taking away our like vending machines from schools.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my like niche interests is like Disney. I'm not interested in like I don't watch Disney films or consume Disney content, but I'm just interested in like Disney as a cultural behemoth kind of thing. And you can buy, I don't know if you know this, I didn't know this until recently, but like you can buy like a multi-million-pound mansion on like Disney property so that you can like live at Disney.
Shit, no, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Jason?
No.
They will build you these houses. So I was watching this woman like doing a tour of her like new Disney mansion. So like that's the kind of shit that I'm like really, I just like can spend so much time just like watching like weird niche stuff. It's one of those things that I don't quite understand, but I'm like weirdly fascinated by it. Like people who go on like Disney cruises and like all these ships have been like designed with like like Disney characters everywhere and stuff. It's so weird, but like I just find it kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, but it's the same fandom that you'd have for your favorite football team or whatever, except there's no stakes. It's just like, I really want, Arsenal to win this year, and that'll make, that's my childhood dream coming true, and I get to watch all the games, and someone gets injured and blah blah. It's like a whole thing. But this is that same level of obsession about like a cartoon that was made 50 years ago. Yeah. About like a duck and a dog are friends.
Yeah.
Wow, Jason, your breakdown of Disney was so concise and it hit really nice. I guess.
I'm like I said, I'm not like a Disney fan. This is just what I'm currently watching on YouTube for some reason.
Well, I feel like it's better than my obsession of chiropractor videos. It feels more.
Oh my god, Brenda Mondragon.
Oh, you fuck with Brenda? Oh, we got a Brenda head. We got a Brenda head on our hands.
Ooh, okay,
Jason,
I don't know Brenda. Could you like give me an analogy that I would know?
I would like to hear this from Emma.
Okay.
Because
So like, I mean, Chris, I'm interested if you agree with me here, but like, so she's this chiropractor who on her YouTube videos, like to me, like the headlines of the videos seem like very like Pornhub-esque.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it'll be like deep satisfying back crunches, something. I don't know. Like
Dr. Mondragon is also quite busty.
Right. She's like straddling people.
So, okay. How old is she?
She's probably mid 40s.
Okay.
I would say she's got kids. I think actually, Emma, I don't know if you realize this. It took me a while, but I think her kids actually produce the videos.
Oh, no, I didn't know
I think her actual, like her daughter shoots it and edits it, but she's making real bread on YouTube. Like it's very, very popular.
Yeah. And TikTok, she's on TikTok as well now. So it's funny because I was like, oh, I've been watching this on YouTube, and now TikTok is like, maybe you would be interested in Brenda Mondragon. And I was like, yes, I am. How did you know?
We got to catch up with China is what I'm deducing from all of this. Okay, so all of the YouTube videos will have these like sensationalized clickbaity, bordering on Pornhub. So like MILF cracks stepdaughter, stepdaughter's shoulder.
Yeah, but it's she's also known for her style of dress. She wears like crazy leggings, and like people love to debate the leggings. And Emma, I don't know if you ever looked in the comments when it's like a very good looking
patient.
People go fucking nuts. Like people are nuts trying to figure out who the patient is.
Wow.
And then posting their Instagram.
Oh wow, no, I didn't know that.
This is a dark and deep subculture.
It's also cool because she's based in like shithole Florida,
right? Like
the middle of nowhere, Florida. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I watch a lot of that, and mainly it's because I think that if I wasn't a podcaster, I think I would want to be a physical therapist. I think that the satisfying cracks and the getting those knots out is kind of my calling.
Okay.
Well, you could be going to chiropractic school or PT school on your downtime, Chris.
I don't have any downtime, Jason. That's the thing. I'm kind of busy. with this, with my life.
The amount of
this
tennis
podcast.
that this guy's playing, not an ounce of downtime.
Well, I just think it's a fascinating. I'm glad you're the first person I've been able to relate with this on, Emma. People usually mock me. People laugh at me. I have to do it in private so my girlfriend doesn't hear it.
I encourage it, Chris. I think anything is better than watching like pimple popping videos on YouTube or TikTok like that. That is like a different level. I don't know, no offense if that's what your cup of tea is, Emma, but that's where it's like, come on, guys. We got to get this together. What's going on with our life?
Huge.
What's our home situation?
All of these people are making more money than the three of us combined. That's the most depressing. That's the most depressing part about all of this. Dr. Pimple Popper has a fucking TV show that's been on for 3 seasons. This is not a game.
As we're wrapping up at the beginning, we were talking about ketamine, and I know that obviously it's a big thing over there, much more than it is here in America. And you were kind of talking about trying multiple, therapeutic situations and medications. Is that something that you have done or explored at all?
No, what, like in like the way that you get like an IV?
Or, I mean, just using it in any way as a therapeutic tool versus recreational?
No, I've never been like a big drug person. Ketamine, I've never seen the appeal. If I could do that like IV drip thing, I'd be like interested to try it. Apparently it like really works for people. But.
So why only the drip? Because a lady doesn't snort?
No, just because I feel like I like controlled environments.
Now we're getting into the good stuff.
Okay. If you're doing it as like a treatment for depression, it's like you have it in like there's a certain like I guess dilution of ketamine in something else that you're just like getting given to you in an IV over a period of time, and you're going back every like 1 or 2 weeks, whatever.
So you like that structure, the stability of it. Because when you do a drug like that, you literally feel out of control of your mind and your body, but you're in a controlled environment around trained professionals. So that sounds better than just buying a bag at the chip shop and crossing your fingers and hoping for the best.
That's not my vibe.
Okay. Okay. So that is an overarching thing in your life is fear of being out of control or love of being in control?
I guess they're both like they're two sides of like the same coin, right?
Yeah.
So anxious, like, and neurotic, and I think that like I like to feel like in control of like stuff or situations. Or
I do too.
I like know myself enough to know that like there's certain things that I just think would be like a bad idea.
Yes. Well, for your anxiety, the ways that you distract yourself from anxiety or deal with anxiety, outside of online shopping and looking at vids on TikTok, what else are you doing that you would consider to be a healthy way of dealing with it?
I know I like need to do more exercise for sure. I have been like, I was really good at exercising like a couple of years ago. I was like hitting the gym 3 times a week, but then I changed gyms and I didn't really like the new one. And then the pandemic happened. So I'm like, I need to like get back into having like a good, if I can like get a routine going with something, then I'm going to be like having a good time. But otherwise, like if I can't, I need to be in a place where I'm like, okay, I'm committed to doing this like 3 times a week. Otherwise it's just like never going to happen.
So what's keeping us from hitting that, Emma?
Well, I didn't want to go back to the gym until I was vaccinated. So now I'm vaccinated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
That's smart of you. I was willing to absolutely die from COVID-19 to get a pump.
Right.
So I'm not quite as measured as you are, but I'm still here. Thank God.
Did you get COVID, by the way, Emma?
No, not that I know of. Watch out for that Delta variant.
We do not talk about Delta on this podcast.
But
you guys fucking started it.
We've had it for ages, so I'm like, I don't know why everyone's like now freaking out.
Well, I read a thing today actually that like basically it came and went a little bit in England, so they're saying it very well might do the same thing here.
Yeah, what's up with the Delta over there in England now?
So we all got like officially properly let out like 2 weeks ago, where like nightclubs, everything.
Thank you, Boris.
Yeah, Bojo. So like I probably didn't say that with enough contempt, so just imagine that I did.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
Bojo bad, for the record.
Bojo bad, yeah.
Got it.
Obviously, like, and that was when our cases were like climbing up and up and up, but there were much more people who had been vaccinated. So everyone was like, oh God, this is like a bad idea. But actually, like, our cases have been dropping. I think like 90% of the country is like fully vaccinated. I don't know, that might be fake news.
Whoa.
Shit.
But like we have like really, really high vaccine uptake. So I know that amongst like some young people, I think, are a bit more like, I don't care.
Have you hit the pub? I mean, have you been out and about?
I mean, where I am in London at the moment is like it's not suburban, but it's like, I used to live in, like Hoxton. So like being in Shoreditch, and then I've lived in like Dalston. And now I'm somewhere that's like much more like laid back and chill. So I'm still just kind of like, I'm chilling a bit more than I have been, I've been like out and about a bit, but I'm also like.
Sounds a lot like my life, Emma, I gotta say. I used to be right in the thick of it.
Yeah.
In the Los Angeles Dalston, and now I'm over in the bush of Glendale, where you're close, but you're just separated enough to where the only thing you're going to really do is go to the Whole Foods or something. You guys have Whole Foods over there?
Yeah, I've got one nearby. Yeah.
Okay. And that's probably the peak of your day, right?
Yeah, I love that guac.
Where would I if you had to put me in a London neighborhood, because I'm still searching for my London spiritual home. And I think the answer I'm not going to like, because I think I'm not really an East Side kind of, I'm not a Shoreditch kind of cat, I think I'm a little more, Marylebone. Is that fair to say?
And she's not a country girl either.
No, I'm definitely not a country girl.
Not Marylebone. What's your impression of Marylebone?
I don't know, like rich people?
Yeah, but like rich, but like.
There's got to be more to it than rich, Chris.
No, I think I see you in like being in like Soho.
Okay.
Or like Holborn, like, which is still super central. But like there's some places in Holborn that are like kind of back areas where there's like actually housing, and it's a bit more. Like, you're definitely a zone 1 person to me.
Hell yeah, zone 1. Okay, that's good to know.
What neighborhood are you going to see the highest amount of 40-year-old tattoo guys running around?
Yeah.
For sport?
I mean, I'm a Soho guy in New York, so it translates. It translates. I feel like I do like the energy of London's Soho as well.
He likes the Nespresso brick and mortar experience.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I love that. I love
a nice little shot.
I love being surrounded by tourists while I drink my Nespresso.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say?
Well, Emma. Lastly, as we're winding up, I was reading some of your writing, and I noticed that you brought up revenge bedtime procrastination.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how you've been getting on with your sleep lately.
Well, okay, actually today I got a very exciting delivery of a weighted blanket.
Woo!
Yeah, I really went there.
How many stone is it?
I think it's 8 kilos, so I don't know what that is in stone.
If you don't know, I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, I actually think I maybe could have gone for 10, but there's like I can do a 100-night guarantee. It's 1.26 stone, 8 kilos.
Okay.
So,
thank you. So pretty heavy.
Yeah. I guess my problem is just that I'm definitely like a night person, so I can just like stay up late watching Brendan Mondragon on YouTube until like 2 a.m. So hopefully the weighted blanket is just going to carry me away.
Please keep us abreast.
Oh well, I believe in you.
Thank you.
Emma, tell the people where they can find you on Instagram, where they can subscribe to the newsletter, etc.
Yeah, you can find me at Emma Hope All. That's ALL on anything, and the newsletter is offbrand.substack.com.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much from tapping in. Go watch your Love Island.
Yeah.
We hate to keep you. Okay. And we will talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.